I'm just going to do it casual. It's going to be a little shaky because I'm holding the camera. I wanted to address if you are feeling anxious, what to do about it. I have some quick advice that is counterintuitive, and especially coming from me. Like, you're probably going to think that I'm going to tell you to meditate. So I'm sorry, it's resting on my knee. That's why, it's because I'm laughing. Um, this is going to be counterintuitive advice. Okay, are you ready? This is not if you're having a full-blown panic attack. This is if you're just definitely more anxious than usual. And I'm going to explain why this works after, but I'll just tell you what to do. And again, it's going to seem simple, but trust me, it works. I notice when we're anxious, and be honest with yourself. If you're an anxious person, if you're a highly sensitive person, often we keep searching for different solutions. We're like, oh, I need a solution because we're anxious. And so often a solution is presented to us. I've seen this many times with clients and with friends and with myself. And because we're so anxious, we keep searching rather than trying the thing that was recommended. Okay, so what do I recommend if you're feeling anxious? And you're in a place where you can do this. What you're going to do is, first of all, stop what's causing you to feel anxious. Often, especially with the way things are, as I'm filming this, there may have been a disaster, there may have been some really bad news, there may be some civil unrest, there may have been shootings, there's so much going on. There may have been an ecological issue. So take a breath, right? So the first thing is to notice what is making you feel anxious, and often it is something within our control. And so if it's the news, turn it off. You're basically going to transform that state of anxiety. You're going to get up, and again, instead of trying to calm yourself, you're going to do the opposite. You're going to do the opposite. You're going to either dance, go for a brisk walk, or run, or if you have exercise equipment, if you're at home, use it. Okay, so what you're going to do is take that level of anxiety, which, as I said, I'm going to explain that in terms of a holistic system that you may be familiar with. So hang on for that. You're going to take that level of anxiety in your body, that sort of physical tension, and you're going to put it to physical use, and you're basically transforming it. Picture your anxiety like a ball rolling down a very steep hill. If you try to just catch the ball, it's hard to catch it, you're chasing it. It might even hurt if you try to catch it, depending how fast, how heavy, all right? But when the ball is just going to keep going, likewise, your anxiety, take that anxiety and deflect it. You can give it a pathway. So that pathway is a form of movement that you do right then. It should be something fun. Like, so for instance, the easiest is just put some music on. So this only works if you're in a place where you can do that. If you're outdoors and you're anxious, if it's possible for you to start running or brisk walking, you're going to take that level of anxiety in the body and give it a physical outlet. And that, I promise you, if you can keep going for about 10 minutes until you feel your heart's really pumping from the movement and you feel like you've gotten a slight sweat, you will find that you no longer feel anxious. This works. Why does it work? It works, it's based on the principles of Ayurveda. Again, you guys know I like to explain the principles in my videos so that you understand you're more empowered to take this information and know how to use it properly. There are three states, there are three gunas, and they are rajas, sattva, and tamas. Tamas is like decay. Tamas is going downward, it's breaking down, it's disintegration. Sattva is a state of balance, and it implies like a higher balance. And rajas is a state of transformation or movement or action. Okay, so when you're very anxious, your body is actually in a rajasic state, but you're not able to contain it, or it has no outlet. Okay, it may be mentally caused, it may be a physical cause, or it may be both. It may be your thoughts, your feelings, situations. It may be a physical issue that you have. It could be that you drank too much coffee, things like that, or there's caffeine or sugar in something and you're very sensitive. But your body is in a rajasic state. This is a state of activity. It's like this. It's like fluttering, right? It's anxiety. You want to get to a state of sattva, a sattvic state. And so that's why meditation doesn't work right away, because that is, to give you another analogy, that would be like taking a plane that's going, I don't know how many miles an hour they fly, and then just trying to stop it, right? That doesn't happen. The plane, how does the plane, it comes down slowly, slowly, gradually, right? Everything sort of, then the speed decreases and it's able to land harmlessly. So in the same way with your anxiety, when it's super high, you're giving it something to do from that rajasic state. You're taking that energy, again, remember, like the ball rolling down the hill, and eventually it hits level ground where that momentum, that energy is spent. You want to take that energy, you don't try to block it, suppress it, or stop it. You just go with it and let it, and then slowly tone it down. Now, when I was teaching yoga, I would do this with students, they wouldn't even know. I would start the class very active, very physical, get them sweating, and then slowly, right, once they've turned a corner where they've, like, you know how you say you've sweated it out? There, I would then start holding the poses longer, doing more deep breathing. They basically had gone from a rajasic state to a more sattvic state. So again, if you just try to meditate when you're super anxious, when you're right in that moment, meditation is more sattvic, and it's too quick a stop if you're suffering from anxiety. So try this. It seems really simple. When you're anxious, do something physical, especially if you can do something physical that's fun, that also takes your mind. And that's why you guys know I've been mentioning like kukua, African dance, any sort of dance, belly dancing, just, you know, hip hop, any sort of dance, just dancing around your place. Or like I said, running, walking, swimming, if you have like easy access right when you're anxious, and it will work. You've got to keep going to a certain point. Like I said, typically maybe 10 minutes, depends on your condition, right? But you want to feel that you feel really in the flow of the activity, you feel good, and you'll notice you're not feeling anxious anymore. So I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, or if you'd like to work with me as an intuitive, or to intuitively put together a meditation practice for you for your anxiety, I am available for that, okay? Yes, there are lots of free meditations. I have wonderful meditations. I'll put them below on my channel. But you want somebody to teach you how to meditate, because you'll hit particular roadblocks, right? Like being anxious, there's types of meditation that will work for you, and then you're going to hit a roadblock and you may have questions. So I'd love to work with you to help you create a meditation practice that long-term really decreases your anxiety, okay? That puts things back in your control. Give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. It tells YouTube that you value this content, and it helps the channel. And to watch some related videos next, or to do a meditation with me, click the links below.